Mind if I come in? It's starting to get cold out here. Thanks for letting me in. I know it's late. And don't worry. I'm not here because I took on more than I could handle. I thought I'd check in on you. The streets are quiet for once. You don't need to talk. Not yet. Not if it hurts to even try. All I need you to do is listen for a bit. I can carry this part for you, at least for now. Because from the sounds of those sobs, you've been carrying a lot. Yeah, I couldn't help but notice that something's been off with you lately. Not that I meant to listen in. Comes with the, super senses. Sorry if it's none of my business, but I couldn't move on knowing you were in pain. You know, I wasn't even planning to patrol tonight. Me and Foggy stayed on late wrapping up paperwork, which wouldn't have been an issue if we'd listened to you about filling them out as we went along. I know. Hindsight is 20/20, but that only makes one of us. Anyway, I thought, why not? Take a night off and rest. And sleep in the next day. For once, I'd take time for myself that isn't scouring police reports or court files. But since I'm here, you know that didn't happen. That itch in the back of my head wouldn't let me. You know the one I'm talking about. The one where it feels like there's something around the corner and you can't stop until you know what it is. So I put on the suit and decided to make my rounds. Nothing too extreme. No wandering every single alley of Hell's Kitchen this time. But then I heard you. The sound of it cut through everything else. Sirens, honking cars, old man Casada yelling about the pigeons leaving a mess on his car again. Even from 3 blocks away, your heart sounded different. The rhythm of you. I could hear how every cry tore right through you. After that, passing by you was out of the question. Oh, your, window is cracked open. You didn't have to be alone tonight. You do know that, right? Any of us would have stayed if you asked. But at the same time, I get it. God, I do. This line of work, it's a habit of bearing you if you let it. We fight so hard to keep the world upright, but there's days where it never feels like it's enough. Things are gonna end up sideways no matter what we do. And I know what it's like to burn the candle at both ends and pretend as if you're not choking on the smoke. I've done it for so long and alone that for a while I forgot that there's another way. To think that you've been in so much pain right under my nose that it took me this long to realize it. Or maybe I did, and I convinced myself that it wasn't my place to ask or pry. We talked to each other almost every day. You had me case files and sent way too many reminders that I still forget about. You managed to smile, even when the firm is one bad day away from falling apart, and I didn't even notice. Maybe I wanted to believe you were really okay because I didn't want to face how I'd feel if you weren't. Don't do that to yourself. Don't be like me. Not while we're here. Not while I'm here. You take the weight of the world on your shoulders and carry it around like it was what you were born to do. And once it gets too heavy, the one person you blame is yourself. And that's not fair. Not to you. Listen, okay? You do a lot more for people than they'll ever realize. You pour everything you have into keeping the firm alive and kicking, into making sure no one gets left behind in the mess we call the American legal process. Only, somewhere in all that, you forgot to keep a piece of yourself safe too. Everyone needs time to breathe, to rest, and to ask for help when you need it. I might be the last person on earth who should be lecturing you about this, but in my opinion, who'd be better at warning you than a repeat offender? You needed to hear it, and more importantly, you deserve to know it. As for me, I've been in the head-to-head space longer than I'd like to admit. Hearing it come from you, though, that hurt that digs its claws and refuses to let you go, it made it impossible to hide the parts of me I'd prefer you didn't know about. After all, you already know what's behind one mask, so why not the rest? I wish I could fix everything for you, but I can't. I wish I could take away what you're dealing with like some lowlife down the street. When it comes to you, I'd take every hit, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, if it meant you could share some of the weight. Because I care about you. You matter to me in a way I haven't allowed myself to admit. Because this life, both of the lives I've chosen, doesn't leave me much room for peace. Joy is easy to come by, but actually manage to hold on to it, it's hard. But every time I think of what the future might be, what it could be, you're always there. A constant. I love you. I've been in love with you for a long time. I don't know when it happened. Not exactly. It could have been that time you stayed late to help prep for that bodega robbery case and fell asleep at your desk, and I didn't wake you because you looked peaceful for the first time all week. Or that time you refused to back down, even when Foggy and I thought we all had the answers, and it turned out you were right. He saved that young man's life because you believed in him. I was scared to admit it. To anyone, let alone myself, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't know how to say it without risking everything we have. And after tonight, couldn't deny it anymore. I didn't want to stay away. Tonight stripped away all of the noise, all the distractions, and all the excuses. So, let me be here for you, all right? Let me help carry this. So breathe. Cry if you need to. Fall apart if that's what you need. I'll be here when you're ready to collect the pieces again. And remember that even when you're in the dark, you're never alone. Not anymore. Not while I'm around. Hey there. Hope you're staying safe out there. In the meantime, would it be okay to chat for a second? Well, if you enjoyed this audio, be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up with future uploads. You can also order custom audio commissions at anigomi.com/commissions. That's a good way to get audios for characters that you might not usually see. So, give it some thought. I won't keep you, but I hope we get to spend some more time together soon.